No. Keith, knives are not swords.
Hello everyone, I'm Kentaro.
Do not kiss that scythe.
And that was Tsurugi.
Honest, for the last time, you put down that scythe. You are not the Grim Reaper.
He is currently over his head trying to take care of 9 star children.
Oh no, not again. Chrono!
Having fun?
Oh yeah, I see that look on your face, Kentaro. That's the look of, oh, Tsurugi's crazy. He only made these children to have a giant mech. And you're right, but I'm a damn good dad on top of that too.
Are you ready to start today's episode?
Sort of. I just need some coffee first, okay? Just introduce the episode.
Today, we're reviewing Conception 2 on the PS Vita and Nintendo 3DS.
Conception 2 is the sequel to the Japanese-only game Conception. There is no real connection between characters between the two games, which makes it easier for me and everyone else.
The game starts with the hero making it to an island. The island is ruled by a major corporation and a church, making the students fight against monsters coming from 7 circles in the planet, based on the 7 deadly sins.
The hero just happens to find a monster on the island and takes matters into his own hands, fighting it and saving one of the heroines, Fuko. Now, Fuko and the hero head to school, so we can learn why they have to do this.
That moment when you look down and see the brand suddenly on your arm. You realize that you have to toss your whole life away and move to this island.
The heroes just happen to have an unprecedented amount of star energy.
Is the render malfunctioning?
No, this is the malfunction. His body is generating a fantastic amount of ether.
How much does he have?
It's over 9,000!
This is labeled us as God's gift.
Ha! Hear that, ladies? I told you I wasn't lying.
As such, now the hero and Fuko must go to the church and try something called classmating.
Wow, that's some pretty heavy-handed symbolism. Anyways, after you get your first few star children, they act as 1/3 of a usable character in combat, but we'll discuss that in gameplay. Now, let's get talking about characters. God's gift, as he calls, is the stereotypical male in the harem genre. He's nice and doesn't want to hurt any of the girls' feelings. The only thing that really makes him stand out is his hatred for monsters.
The heroines are basically one of 7 different types of moe.
Moe?
Well, it's basically different types of people ranging from the dits to tsunderes to even the shy girls.
Alright, well, Fuko is the first girl you meet, and she's very health conscious and enjoys to swim. I feel like we're hosting a dating game show here.
Well, this is a JRPG with a slight undertone of dating sim with multiple girls.
I knew it.
Can we just continue?
Yeah.
The next girl you meet is Narika. They are the second-year vice president and very shy. She has great ideas, but continually thinking about her own ideas aren't good enough.
Next is Ellie. She's an odd girl to say the least. She's ditzy about the world around her, but she's always been at home most of her life.
Another one is Chloe. She's a teacher and has a secret talent of being a great singer.
She is my favorite.
You do have a thing for teachers.
Not just that, but the fact that she's a teacher, which means that she is of age, makes me feel less creeped out when I ask her out in the game.
Relax, it's just a game.
Alright, fine. Next up is Serena. She's a tsundere girl, putting on a tough exterior because of her height. She's a 3rd-year student and constantly demands your respect.
Also, we have Tori, who has 2 different hair colors. She has a kind heart, but is overall clueless about common sense.
Finally is Fiend. She's a serious 3rd-year student who is admired by most students, not only for her looks, but also for her academic and athletic abilities as well. She also feels very strongly about keeping all her pinky promises. The game is basically a dungeon crawler RPG with dating sim properties in there.
You can interact with the girls and attempt to get better understanding of who they are, as well as get better stats for your star children. You can also get bond points which help you make star children.
Once you got enough points, you can make star children, and their stats help determine which class the child can be, including max level, attack, defense, magic attack, magic defense, and other stats.
Once you have 3, you can make a small squad of them, and they can join your party. Each star child has their own equipment needs. As such, you will also spend a lot of money making sure they have exactly what they need.
In the labyrinth, the hero must take 1 heroine and up to 3 squads of star children to explore and destroy enemies. Each floor is randomized in layout, including monster layout and item placement.
Luckily, you do have a little fun technique called God's Poke, which kills weak monsters just by you touching them, and you gain the EXP and money for doing this too.
Now onto combat. The battles are handled in a conditional battle system. Each attack can make you attack again sooner or later, and the same goes for your enemies. You're able to attack monsters from the front, the sides, or the back. While fighting, you'll also need to keep an eye on your team's HP bars, which tells you how much HP the entire squad has, but not for their individual HP as each child. And if a child dies, they go back into a Matryoshka doll. And if the doll is hit before you can heal them, then that star child is dead until you leave that dungeon.
You also have to keep an eye on your ether level too.
Ether? You mean like chloroform? I knew he had to be getting all those girls somehow.
No, ether as in the manifestation of magic, or in this case star power. As it increases, so does your team's power. And the same can be said if it goes down, so be careful.
There's also a chain gauge in which you can fill it up and it can hold enemies in place, giving you more attacking opportunities.
With all the fun parts of the game, it's also a little weird too with how you make children and use them to attack your enemies with you. I'm also a bit of a fan that it'll help you defeat weaker enemies as I level up, which helps level up my weaker star children much faster. But I also don't have much else to say unless you're into edgy games like this. I'd give Conception 2 a 7 out of 10.
The game has a lot going for it, and I greatly like the characters, some more than others, but the combat has a lot of confusing parts. They introduce elements and they don't really tell you which of the four are weak to each other or which of them are strong to another. You have to figure it out all on your own. That, and while you can re-equip your star children, there's no way that you can re-equip heroines in the first few stages of the game, but you are free to re-equip yourself early on. I give the game a 6 out of 10.
Well, that does it all for today. If you like this episode, be sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to know when we release a new episode, be sure to click on that subscribe button. I normally release one every other Wednesday.
If you ever have any comments, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below.
But for now, this is Gaming Tidbits, signing out.